If you're a married person, that there are things that could make you get divorced. But I found a little article that said 5 odd things that can raise your chances of divorce. 5 of them.
Well, these are must-know things for anyone who's married.
But they're odd choices. They're odd things. But they will raise your chances of divorce. One of them is if you have a long commute. If you travel 45 minutes or more each way, the rate of divorce ticks up if one of you has that.
Right.
Peer pressure.
Because you have more time to think how much you're enjoying your alone time? Is that what it is?
Probably, yeah.
It's really quiet. No screaming kids.
I don't have to go
What
home.
if it was like this all the time?
Wow, I don't have to listen to that guy in here. Peer pressure. Families are more likely to divorce if a family member or a close friend has done so. Oh, so if somebody else got divorced, if a friend or a family member, more than likely you're going to see the peer pressure of it and go, oh, now I got to get divorced.
Or just like show them that you support them by joining them.
Oh, here's one that's not good for me. For some reason, a couple whose first child is a girl is more likely to divorce.
Wow. Wonder why that is.
I don't know. I got 2 of them, so I can't believe my wife even talks to me.
Wow. Well, it could be because, your girls like you better than they like mom. Like my boys, they're all over mom. They're like, Mom's awesome. I feel like I'm almost competing with them. Like, hey, get out of here. She's mine. She's mine first. You little twerp. Go to your room.
How about equal chores?
Are you not going to comment on that?
No, I'm not going to. My wife listens to the show. So maybe the most counterintuitive of the bunch, the couples who split
equal chores.
If they split housework equally, have a higher divorce rate, according to a Norwegian study. So if you're doing more than she is, you're probably good. If she's doing more than you, you're probably good. But if the chores are equally divided.
That makes no sense to me at all.
It says right there.
According to who?
The Norwegians. It says right here, Norwegian study.
Well, they've got they have a great quality of life. So, they may be on to something here.
And the final one, unequal drinking. Specifically, if the wife drinks more than her husband,
really?
It raises the odds of, as they say, Splitsville. Wow. So if your wife drinks more than you,
those are odd.
They're really odd.
Well, if she drinks more than you, you're probably the reason. I think would be a fairly safe conclusion, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Welcome to the Bill and Jason Show. If you haven't guessed by now, I'm Jason Jones, and that's Bill Herman.
That's me.
And this
I don't
is
drink as much as my wife.
Another show of the week. My wife hardly ever drinks, so I clearly do drink more than my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're good. My wife, she's sloshed every day.
Wow.
Hardly walk. She can't remember my name.
Really? Does that work in your favor?
Yeah, actually. Come over here, Big David. No, I'm Big Dave today. Okay. No problem.
All right. Do you like Big Dave?
It's Big Dave.
Did you dream about Big Dave?
I hope so.
Does Big Dave like putting on the outfit or going to do the lawn?
What part of Big Dave do you like?
Right. What kind of day is this going to be? Oh.
So, you had information for us about a thing, right?
No, you had information.
I did?
We're going to talk
it?
about Jimmy Fallon. We're
Oh,
going to
that's
talk
right.
About wedding fails.
Jimmy Fallon on his show he does hashtags. This hashtag thing he does once a week, once every couple of weeks.
He does hashtags?
Yes. Well, he has
a gosh.
He has a bit.
He's so hip and current about this stuff.
Anyway, he did this thing, and then I learned about it because I don't see his show all the time, but I learned about it through a DJ blog. DJ by the name of Tony Schwartz, and I will put his link to this on there.
Cool.
See, now it's not even going to be on here now. Oh shoot, now I need to find it. But anyway, he noticed that Jimmy Fallon hashtagged wedding fail, so he went, oh, okay. So he goes to the thing, and I'm going to have to bring up the site. And one of the things that he noticed was many of the wedding fails, if not most of the wedding fails, were DJ related. Which just made me sad. Very sad. But it does speak to how the world looks at us. Let's see.
Well,
here.
and not only that, but it speaks to how we show up. You know, if most of the outstanding memories of things that go badly that someone would think to actually like, oh, I know one, to like hashtag are
Right.
DJ related.
Right.
You know, it speaks to the most important thing it speaks to is if you are in this industry and you take what you do seriously and you take your image seriously, then it goes beyond just how you show up. It really speaks to getting involved in associations and organizations, in training, in getting people to conferences, to having people like see themselves as like, oh, you know what, maybe I shouldn't just be a doofus and go to somebody's private event and get drunk and not care.
Maybe I shouldn't, as this lady said, the DJ at my wedding got so drunk at the end of the night that he actually got kicked out of the reception.
Well, she probably said he could have a couple drinks.
you know, that might be the case. Actually, I've had people offer me alcohol while I'm working, and they're surprised when I say no. I'm doing your wedding. No, come on, buy it down, buy you a drink. No, that's okay. Well, last wedding I went to, the DJ was drinking with me. Got it. Sorry.
I'm not the drinking kind.
Let's see. The DJ at my wedding reception played "I Want to Sex You Up." The bride was not amused. The wedding DJ accidentally played "Let's Get It On."
I'm actually kind of like, oh, that's pretty mild. That's
they all seem kind of mild, but but what it is how
but
they
these
look
are the
at what
memories
we
that
do.
stand out. But the thing is, it really stands out. Like there's a lot of emotional impact. You don't remember stuff. You know, I heard this great Radio Lab about like what the brain does. You know, at night, and the brain kind of like resets and like has you remember the important things.
Right.
And they get flagged, those important things. Like if you're out running and you hit a tree with your head, your brain goes, "We should flag tree hitting." We
Right.
should remember that because it has
Right.
a lot of emotional impact, right? And so you remember it. So when Jimmy Fallon says hashtag wedding fails, right? And somebody goes, "Ooh, I want to participate." What do? How far beyond the first thing that comes to their mind do they go?
Right.
Probably not far. They're like, "Oh, I know," right? And obviously this "I Want to Sex You Up" song had a big emotional impact, made a mental flag. She remembers it like really vividly, really clearly.
And she specifically
Comes right
blames the DJ for it.
Right. The caterer clearly is the fault for
Right,
playing that.
and it might have been a list. Well, but it might have been a list for the bride. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
Even though it did say the bride was not amused.
Oh.
At my wedding, the DJ
But she could have been a
accidentally-
bride at a different wedding that was visiting a wedding. You know what I mean?
Very true.
It's all very confusing.
DJ accidentally played "Let's Get It On" for the father-daughter dance.
Oh my!
Hashtag wedding fail.
Wow! How did that even happen?
No
That's what
idea.
just
How do you
boggles my
accidentally
mind.
play that?
How do you like? Oops! It was just up
Oops,
here on my deck.
Marvin Gaye.
I had it on loop last
Thought
night.
it was going to be "Heard It Through the Grapevine." What the heck? At my sister's wedding, she told the DJ to only play music, not to sing. Now, first of all, why would you have to tell a DJ only play music, don't sing, unless they've seen a lot of DJs that sing along to the music? But she said, apparently this is a big deal. Don't, and it says here, an hour in, the DJ is badly singing Journey karaoke style. Hashtag wedding fail. One wedding I went to hire a DJ at the hotel, but instead, I hired a wedding to go to a hotel, but instead he went to a hotel with the same name that was 6 hours away. Hashtag wedding fail.
You know, I have to admit that like a long time ago, I had my own. I did such a great job at keeping my records and my contracts. This is
I hate
close.
you're bringing this up.
It was like
because
20 years ago.
I got to do the same thing.
So when I had a booking and they'd call and say, "Let's book," and I'd be like, "Great, I'll send out the contract." So I sent out the contract and I put them on the calendar and I didn't think about it again.
You didn't get it back.
I didn't do any administrative work like, did I receive it? Check it off. It's confirmed.
Right.
Anything like that. Okay. And I sent them a planning sheet. You know, and anyway, so I looked at my calendar. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a gig this weekend, and I'm like, where is it? Well, I had the location and all that stuff
Right.
for the contract.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I don't have my planning sheet. Well, I must have lost it. That's where I went because, you know, I was doing such a good job.
Okay,
of
but
keeping
if
track
you
of-
lost it, did you go looking for it?
Oh, I looked.
Okay.
Yeah. So immediately I'm like, okay, damage control. I'll just ask them the questions when I get there.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is how awesome I was. So I went. I didn't drive. I drive all the. I'm in North Dakota, right? So
Right.
I had to drive like an hour and a half to get to this place. I pull in and I start wheeling my big speakers in, and I look and there's a polka band on the stage, and I'm like,
Wow, I'm playing between the sets of a polka band. How cool is that?
excuse me, guys, I need to set up. And they go, what do you mean you need to set up? I said, well, I'm DJing here tonight. He was like, you're DJing? We're polka banding here tonight. And I'm like, oh, the polka band too? Gosh, I wonder how's that going to work?
Wow, that's awesome.
And then they were like really confused and agitated, and they went over, and the bride kind of was there. I don't even know why she was there that early.
Because she was getting married.
No, I think she was
That's
actually
why
already
she was
married.
there.
This was during the time
I don't
where
even know why the bride was there. I mean,
well, no,
she could have
listen.
been up the street.
it's because like what I used to do ages ago is show up during dinner to set up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
And-
then you didn't know why she was there?
And so, no, because in my head, the way I think now, which I show up like at noon, like 6
Right.
hours before anybody even arrives, right?
I got it.
So I'm just trying to make myself look good, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, you booked me. I sent you a contract. She's like, well, yeah, I didn't send it back. And I'm like, yeah?
Yeah, so?
She goes, well, I figured since you didn't get it back from me that you would assume that it was canceled.
Or that I hadn't hired you.
Or that I didn't hire
you.
you.
Didn't cancel nothing.
And I was
Just
like,
didn't hire you.
oh, well, this is awkward. I'm like, okay. So then I just like hauled my speaker back out to my van, and I had a
You
friend
pouted for
that
a
was
while.
assisting.
Went
and-
inside and poked with the bride.
Oh no, I didn't really pout. I'm like, where's the bar? And then we found the local bar, and we had a few and ate a pizza, and then drove home. It was a beautiful night. It's like I got a night off. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
but it was like really just terribly embarrassing.
Mine was that we did have a contract. It was the American Legion in Richfield, Minnesota. We showed up early enough to set up.
Oh, I think I know this.
And we came in, and everything's beautiful. It's a wedding, you know. Is this where the wedding is? I didn't say, is this where Mike and Mary's wedding is? No, I just said, this is the wedding. So me and my guy, we went up there and we set up. And at the time, we had lots of gear. So it took a while. And lights and tape down and huge speakers. And we got all set up, and I'm doing sound checks, and another DJ showed up. I said, what are you doing here? I'm working. What are you doing here? He goes, I'm working here too. I said, right. Is there another room? They're doing another wedding?
Battle of the DJs.
And he goes, no. Are you sure? I mean, I got a contract. It says right here, American Legion. I'm in American Legion. He goes, no, I got a contract myself. I said, what's the name of the contract? I said, Mike and Mary. He goes, well, mine says Amanda and Tom. Okay. So we went down and we picked up a napkin off of one of the tables, and it said Amanda and Tom. And I went, what the hell? What am I doing? There has to be another room. I went to the manager of the place, and they said, there has to be another room. You must be doing 2 weddings here. He goes,
I am not wrong.
no, it's only as big as it is, man. There's not like a magic room in the back or anything. So we're like, I got nothing, you know. So I call the guy that I'm doing this for a friend, you know. So I call him, and he goes, yeah, my copy of contract says American Legion. You're in Richfield, right? So you're in Richfield, right? I went, yeah, I'm in Richfield. And you described the place to me. He said, yeah. Is the manager's name? Yeah, that's the guy. Okay. Well, what the heck? Well, they are having a wedding. Okay. So we just sitting there, and the guy comes out and says, well, we can call some other American Legions. So let's do that. So we called. We called 10 different American Legions, in a circumference of this town. Nobody knew the hell I was talking about. And I go, it couldn't be the VFW. I mean, they wrote American Legion, right? So we called the Richfield Richfield VFW, and I said, is Amanda and there? And they go, yes, she is. Hold on one second.
Oh no.
Where the hell are you? Sounded like a trucker on the phone.
I'm at your wedding at the American Legion.
I'm over here at the American Legion. Where are you?
Get over here.
She used a few very, very excitedly upset words, and then we drove over. We tore everything down. We put it back in the van. We drove over there, and during their cocktail and dinner, we're setting up. And all I'm getting I get glares from the head table, glares from the parents, and every once in a while, somebody from the head table will walk up and says, "You better be damn good tonight." I cannot believe you just ruined this day.
You must have been, because you're here.
Well, no one stabbed me.
They did other things?
Oh, they were not happy.
Wow.
They were not happy. And
what a way
the
to
thing
start.
about it is we did have a clear contract. Now, what did we do wrong? If there's something, because we pretty much said, we ain't wrong, it's them the entire time.
Right.
What really went wrong is the person doing the administrative, and if I take on that, I'm owning it, I should have got on the phone, and I should have called the American Legion at least the day before, if not earlier, and said, I'm coming there for Amanda's wedding. It's Amanda's wedding that day at this time. Is everything cool? So I would have had 2 days to figure this out, as opposed to, because we could have called Amanda. So, they tell us that, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Now,
well,
all the paperwork was fine. But I didn't do my due diligence.
Under that circumstance, though, that's really tough. I mean, usually you collect it in advance. I mean, even if it was a mistake like that, that's really a tough one to
it is a tough one.
Foresee kind
it's a
of
tough
thing.
one to own, but I mean,
Yeah.
in the world of owning
No, it should still own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't own it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just saying that's really
the
tough.
biggest reason I told the story is that my story makes me look a lot better than
Right,
your story makes yours.
Because you were right.
Yeah,
actually.
and you were completely wrong.
I just didn't take care of any of my administrative because, hey, look, I'm not an administrator. I am a DJ.
Hey, we would love to hear about your worst wedding fails. The thing that you did, really bad in one of your first weddings, things that you learned from, because honestly, you don't become really good at this until you've been really, really bad at it for a long time. So tell us what you think. Put it down in the comments below of the YouTube channel. We would love to know more about it, and if we get a really good one, we'd love to share it on the air.
Another topic, if I can we have two?
That's
Can we have two? Is considering the Jimmy Fallon and the fails, and so many of them are DJ related, and not all the long list of other vendors that they use. So what do you think that we can do to actually change the industry so that doesn't happen anymore?
Yeah, so
that they see everything that we do and it's in a positive light. Like, this is what we're doing. What do you think the route is? So you go ahead and leave your comments about that as well.
Because there were hardly any photographer fails. There were hardly any videographer fails or catering fails. It was whenever they talked about somebody that was working for the wedding, it was almost always the DJ.
Yeah, where was the photo booth fails?
Wah.
We
don't want to be wah anymore.
No more. Anyway, that's it for we're extending this. I'm extending this. Let's let this end naturally.
All right, bye.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sample per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an entertainment experience production.